On this one, they want us to solve this equation. Let me bring it down here. Okay, well, our first step on this one is to factor it. So first, factor. And so that means take out what's in common. And for these two, like what goes into both of them is they both have. So I'll take the x out. They both have x in common. That's what they share in common. They don't both have a number because the front x squared doesn't have a number at all. So they both have x in common. Well, how do you know what goes on the inside? Something with a minus in the middle, whatever works. X times x would go back to x squared. And x times 2 would go back to 2x like that. So the first step to solve this is actually to factor. And then the second step is first factor. Second step, each part equals 0 and solve. So now once we have it factored, it's multiplied. That's what factoring means, right? To write it as multiplied. And remember the logic. What if I told you, hey, I'm thinking of two numbers. What if I did that up here and I said, hey, guys and gals, I'm thinking of two numbers, and when I multiply them, the answer comes out 0. Remember what that means? How can you multiply two numbers and get an answer of 0? The first one could be 0, or the second one could be 0, right? That's the only way you're going to multiply two numbers and get an answer of 0, is if one of those two numbers is 0. So that's exactly what this is now saying to us, now that we factored it. It's saying two things are timesing, that's what factor means, right? It is multiply, to equal 0. So that means what? That means the first one, which is the x alone, is 0, or the second one, which is x minus 2, equals 0. Now this other one is done. There's nothing more that needs to be done there, but the second one, we need to add 2 to both sides to get x alone, right? And so that means x is positive 2. So that means our two answers are 0 and 2, or you can write 2 comma 0. It doesn't matter what order you put them in. You just got to have a comma between them. Either one of those will make the equation true. And so that's how we do it. We first factor it. On step 1, you factor it. And step 2, you set each part equal to 0 and solve. There we go.